Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish. New coach, old coach. Same coach. Let's talk about it.
What up, Lo?
Hey, what's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? And shout out to the congregation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are in here, and there's some things we got to talk about. You guys seen what the thumbnail is saying. New coach, old coach, same coach. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on who and who is qualified I feel, for the job. Now, hear me out on this. The season ain't over. As you can tell, here at Raider Twuan, we ain't doing mock drafts yet. We ain't giving up on the season. And some have, but that's neither here or there. But we definitely just came off of our bye week. Just came off of, a late bye week, and we have interims currently on the roster. So, we definitely have to look at who we would like moving forward for our organization and what we should do. Look, I'm over here talking, running my lips, and I forgot to give y'all the Raider Twuan brown cracker salute. Man, he's so good. And because we got to get down to business, I'm going to give y'all another one. Shout out to the congregation. Well, we got to definitely talk about, and these are my thoughts. Again, because the season ain't over, it could change. It could be a situation where the people that I'm going to be talking about could continue to be on that same trend of, yes, I want them to be our, whatever job they do, right? Or it could go bad where they don't do anything or things ain't looking like it's going on the up and up, and they up out of here. Okay. But I might have some interesting names too. So definitely, you guys hear me out on it. Hear me all the way out on this, you guys. Stay with me on this one. We definitely got to talk about, and I'm gonna try to work. Let me see if I can work from top to bottom. Let me see if I can work from top to bottom. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you guys click the like button. Why? Because I like you. And also, if you have not joined the congregation, quit playing with yourself. Subscribe. Click the like button. And say something in the comments. Okay? But we got to talk about who do I want? Okay, we got vacancies. And I'll say vacancies at 4 spots. Okay, we got vacancy at GM. We got vacancy at head coach. And these are not permanent. These are guys that are not in permanent position. Okay, head coach, GM, offensive coordinator. And because the head coach is an interim, that also leaves our defensive coordinator in question, right? Now, on the top of, where I would like for us to go, and in the future of this organization, you guys can put your thoughts down in the comment section as we going along with this, but I want you guys to let me know as I go along here. But the first person at GM, so many names out there. I'm going with Champ Kelly. Okay. The reason why I'm going with Champ Kelly, and definitely I'm going to give you guys why. I'm not just going to give you guys names. I'm going to give you guys why. The reason why I'm going with Champ Kelly is because it goes to understanding what's already in our building. Champ Kelly knows our personnel. Why? Because the majority of our personnel, he's already, whether he's built a relationship with the personnel, or he's a part of inquiring the personnel into the building. Okay. Champ Kelly was the assistant GM to Dave Ziegler. So there was a lot of things that was in play, and there was a lot of things personnel-wise that Champ Kelly was in that same room. But also, with that being said, because he was the assistant GM, there was things that, obviously being the assistant, you're not the official shot caller. So there's things that Champ Kelly probably has in his pocket and in his tool belt that he hasn't even brought out. Because and think about this. When you're not the manager, but you're the supervisor, and I'm going to use it in this analogy. When you're the manager, you call all the shots, but the supervisor does a good majority of the work. And the supervisor will always say, if I get the chance to be the manager, I will do X, Y, and Z. Well, this is Champ's opportunity if he gets the job. And I hope that he does get the job. I think he will help us. I think, I was excited about having Champ Kelly come in because his resume is stacked. I was surprised that we were able to get him at assistant GM, because I thought he was qualified to be a GM prior to coming over with us. Now, also with that being said, not only does he know the players, but he knows the scouting team. And because he knows the scouting team, then we don't have a whole lot of movement there either. And there's something in regards to consistency. People knowing what they're supposed to be doing, knowing their job description, knowing when they wake up in the morning, they got to do X, Y, and Z because it's that time of the year. And not only will, if we keep Champ Kelly, that means we're going to keep our scouts. We're going to keep all those other, the vet scouting, and also the college group of scouting, the whole team. You keep that whole team together. And I think Champ Kelly is the guy for the job. He's young. He's not only just young, but he knows what he's doing. If you look, like I said, if you go back and look at some of the things, some of the things that the Bears were doing when Champ Kelly was over there, I truly feel that Champ Kelly is the man for the job. And I'll say this too in regards to Champ Kelly. There's a lot of things, and some people are like, how can we know Champ Kelly is the guy? I mean, that's really the tough decision that Mark Davis is, and his staff is going to have to figure out. But when you have somebody like Champ Kelly, he's going to be able to maneuver and do what he needs to do in regards to handling the job correctly. I'll say that. And I'll go down. I'll as we continue to go down, because I'm just on the GM right now. But as we go to the head coach, offense coordinator, defense coordinator, it watch how I feel like this team will grow because of this. Champ Kelly also, like I said, had great things over there with the Bears. Was able to get personnel there, and the rapport that he has with the staff that's currently here helps him out. It really does. But it also didn't help him out because of the timing in which we got rid of Dave Ziegler. Now, what have I liked for Champ Kelly to have been able to do something, by the trade deadline, and make kind of stamp his name and make some moves there? Absolutely. I wish that he was able to do that, because that would have allowed for us to see a little bit more of what Champ Kelly could do for this organization. But again, that wasn't the case. So, there's certain small things that he's brought in to help the roster. Again, his job is not completely done, even as an interim. But there's also a situation, too, that if he does not get the job, we also don't want our interim to be doing a whole lot of things that's going to mess up our future, right? So I feel like these positions that we're looking at, I feel like if they truly are the people, and I truly believe that Chap Kelly is that guy, we need to hurry up and put ink to paper, making it official, so that he feels free to do whatever he needs to do in regards to roster personnel, even in scouting. You know what I'm saying? I said that he might, most likely he would probably keep the team together. But hey, if there's somebody that he saw slacking off, hey, let's get Buddy out of here. You know what I'm saying? And Champ Kelly, being in this organization and seeing what has been going on and what has transpired, knows, also how to maneuver around those certain things. So my vote, and again, this is just my vote. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but this is my thought and my suggestion on who our GM should be. And that should be none other than Champ Kelly. Okay. Next person on deck is our head coach. Now, I've heard so many names out there. You got your Ben Johnsons, you got your Frank Smiths, you got your Frank Wrights, you got your Harbaugh. You also got your John Gruden. On top of all these other coaches that, again, anytime, and we've gone through this before, we've gone through this before. Anytime the Raiders are, got an interim, they shift everybody our way. Joe Blow, Jim Blow, whoever, so-and-so. And, those four names kind of are the 5 names, I'll say, that have been the names that I've seen floating around. And of course, we have our interim in office. And I'm not going to, go through all of them, but I'm going to give you who I think deserves the job. And the person at head coach I want for the Las Vegas Raiders is Antonio Pierce. Yes. At head coach, I want Antonio Pierce for us as the Raiders. Why? Antonio Pierce, and some people, and this is where I have to break down the other names, right? Because some people are like, oh, we should have somebody that's been a head coach before. I get that. But along with that, the candidates that want to be head coach, or the candidates that are coming up as head coach, in regards to John Gruden and Jim Harbaugh, they're all guys that want GM control. And we know how that has worked for us. 2 times. One with John Gruden, and the other, as of recent, Josh McDaniels. And how does that fare? With Antonio Pierce, this is going to allow the GM to be the GM, the head coach also to be the head coach. Now, some people are like, "Oh, how are you gonna say Antonio Pierce? He don't know what he's doing." Da, 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 da. Guess what? He's learning. And also, with that being said, let's go to the other guys that you guys are throwing out there as head coach candidates. Ben Johnson, a coordinator. Frank Smith, a coordinator. Frank Wright, a coordinator. And what are they going to do when they first get the head coaching job? They're going to learn, because they've never done this before. Okay? So the growing pains that we're currently seeing with Antonio Pierce with this organization, remember, you guys know I've been saying rookies being rookies, and the hope is that they learn and that they grow, right? We're going to have to go through that again if we bring in a coordinator and make them the head coach. They're going to have to learn how to be a head coach and making the proper decisions and the decisions of what fits for this organization. The benefit with Antonio Pierce is that Antonio Pierce has had a 10-week, 9-game run before he, has the opportunity to get in the full run. And also, because of that, inexperience-wise, Antonio Pierce has more experience at head coach than those coordinators that I just previously discussed. Why? Because those coordinators, when they come in, not will they only have to understand what a head coach is about and what to do as a head coach, but then they have to take time and get to know this personnel. And where does Antonio Pierce fare in knowing this personnel? He's known them on the defensive side of the ball when he was the linebackers coach. And in that process, he's been saying that he's been getting to know everybody. But even now, as a head coach, like I said, a 10-week, 9-game stint, he knows this personnel. So we, going into next year, and I'm talking about for next year, we're talking about in preparation for next year, Antonio Pierce comes in knowing personnel, knowing the staff, System's already set. Because if he's the head coach now, he's already implementing what he would like for things to go moving forward, right? Players know what's expected. They know what Antonio Pierce is going to ask out of them. And also, with that being said, and one of the main things as to why I feel like Antonio Pierce should be our head coach, there's something when you can get a group of men to battle for you. There's something when you can, in the midst of all the turmoil that this organization has gone through, that a man can stand before people and they all fight for him. And whether we've lost or we've won, our team has been fighting. The entire team has been fighting. There's a certain intensity. There's a certain swagger. Better yet, there's a certain culture that's been created in the short stint of Antonio Pierce being in leadership. And I would like to see that continue. And I think some of the things that we struggle with in regards to right now, what Antonio Pierce is going through, I think he's learning. But not only is he learning, but he's also growing. He's making adjustments. He's adjusting and trying to fix things. And whether we're in it or we're out of it, Antonio Pierce has this team fighting. Something that we haven't had, God. You know, I'm not an OG, and I'm not claiming to be an OG of this Raider thing. But we've seen too many times this team give up. And we could see it. You know, if we using our glasses or using our eyes, we've seen when this team just gave up and they was just going through the motion. We haven't seen that under Antonio Pierce. And that's something. And again, this is my opinion. This is something that I can roll with. So at head coach, I'm taking Antonio Pierce. I think Antonio Pierce is the man for the job. I truly do. If he hasn't made the moves yet in regards to personnel and all of that, you know, and his suggestions to the GM on what needs to be done, he has them. And those decisions will be made. The reason of, and I gotta say this too, Antonio Pierce is also the reason why the two most recent players are out the door. And that's Marcus Peters and Roderick Teamer. Antonio Pierce had some say in that decision. And he could have said, and that's why I like Antonio Pierce, because he could have said, "Oh, I'm just the interim. I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm just gonna let them slide. I'm gonna let them get by." Because again, I'm not gonna make a big move like that if I'm not the guy. But that's not Antonio Pierce and Champ Kelly. And I gotta say Champ Kelly in that too, because it's not just Antonio Pierce. But even with him being the interim, he's setting a standard of what Raider football should be and what Raider football ought to be. And sometimes even at head coach and for those that that say I want somebody experienced, I really do understand that. But there's also other ways to build the team. There's other ways to create a great roster. And if you have a head coach that can motivate men to play, and you have coordinators that can that are qualified and that can get the job done, and you as a head coach allow for them to do their jobs, the team still can have success. Okay. Of course, the head coach oversees the coaching side of the ball, but also the head coach can allow the coordinators to coordinate and have a system that works. Okay. So currently we have who I have as at GM, Champ Kelly. Champ Kelly's going to be able to do his job at GM. Head coach, Antonio Pierce. Okay. If you guys have not clicked the like button, why? Because I like you. I do. Okay. And if you have not joined the congregation, by subscribing and saying something in the comment section. Shout out to everybody that's out there watching. GM, head coach, Antonio Pierce. Champ Kelly as our GM. Not GM and head coach. GM, Champ Kelly. He's going to be able to do his job at GM. Head coach, Antonio Pierce. And because he, Antonio Pierce was a defensive coach, let me start off with our defensive coordinator. Okay. Defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. I believe with the talent that he had on the defensive side of the ball, I think Patrick Graham has done a great job. And shout out to Patrick Graham for from the beginning of the season let's be honest now. From the beginning of the season, our success has been on the back of the defense. And prior to Antonio Pierce being the coach, we had situations where, and here we are using our eyes, we had situations where you could tell where the offensive side of the ball wasn't fighting, the defensive side of the ball was fighting. And that was because of Patrick Graham. Now, do I like everything that Patrick Graham does? I'm going to be honest with you. No. But it works. And because it's working, I can't deny it. Okay? I think Patrick Graham is the guy for our defense. Why? With Patrick Graham and where our defense is right now, I think, and there was discussions on should we put some money on our defense, and I'm cool with throwing some money over there. But I will say this, that the way that our defense is currently set up and the way that our defense has been playing, I think some of the things that we actually need, we can address those things in the draft. And you guys know my word. You guys can put it out there in the chat. Hashtag cheap labor. I think the pieces that we need on defense can be fixed in the next upcoming draft. And the only way that we can fix our defense and have it even more complete is if we keep Patrick Graham at defensive coordinator. Because if you bring in a new defense coordinator, that means he's going to wipe out everybody. He's going to bring in his guys, and we got to deal with all that all over again. Whereas, like I said, if we draft right, and I think we can with Champ Kelly, I think we can get the proper pieces that we need on our defensive side of the ball. And also, with that being said, there is things, if you watch it, I know some people just watch Raider football, and that's okay. But if you venture out and actually really watch the NFL as a whole, majority of these top defenses that are out there are because that defensive coordinator has been in that position for multiple years. And what does that create? That creates multiple years of Patrick Graham getting the guys that he wants, but also multiple years of the same players, barring injury, knowing exactly what needs to be done. And then building on top of that. Player comes in, okay, I'm just going to use as an example, okay, we're running cover 2. We're going to run cover 2 all season, even though that's crazy, but I'm just going to use it as an example. So that player, year 1, knows cover 2. Next off season, okay, hey, we're gonna do some zone blitzing, cover 3. So not only does this player year 1 know cover 2, but now he knows zone blitzing and cover 3. When he goes to year 3, still under cheap labor, under his rookie contract, he knows what Patrick Graham wants. When Patrick Graham says, hey, you remember we did cover 2 year 1? Yeah, I got that. I remember that. Okay, we're going to run it right now. Run it. Okay? And that's where our defense can be even more dangerous. When everybody on the field, of course, rookies are going to make rookie mistakes. But if you have a guy that's been in the same defensive system for 2 to 3 years, they're going to know exactly where they need to be on the field in certain situations and what needs to be done. They're going to know, hey, my dude on my right, I've been running with this guy for 2 years. This guy on my left, he's been with me ever since I was drafted. I know exactly what he's going to do. I know when he raises his arm, I know what that means. I know when my dude on my left looks at me, I know exactly what he's saying without saying it. And that's when our defense can be dangerous. And I think having Patrick Graham, whether you think he is the best defensive coordinator or not, that consistency at defense is going to make our defense even better. And like I said, I believe that we're only a couple of pieces away. And I think we can get those pieces in the draft. Now, if a top defensive guy, that fits Patrick Graham, and hey, look, if he wants to come over, then let him come over. But to have that consistency that we haven't had on our defensive side of the ball, I think we need to keep Patrick Graham. Why? Again, here's another reason why. Because it's the best side of the ball right now. It's the hottest thing we got. So because the hottest thing we got, just like we talk on the offense, if the running game is hitting that day, don't go away from it. Same thing with Patrick Graham. If our defense is hitting, why go away from it? So for defensive coordinator, the guy for the job is Patrick Graham. We talked about GM. We talked about head coach. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We talk about defensive coordinator. Now, I think the one that everybody's kind of been waiting for is offensive coordinator. With all the names that are out there, of course, there's only one guy that I feel is the man for the job. Ladies and gentlemen, at offensive coordinator, Bo Hardigree. There's some things. There's some things in perspective I have to say in regards to why I feel Bo Hardigree is the man for the job. In context, Bo Hardegree had to deal with scrapping a playbook or a majority of a playbook and creating his own playbook for a rookie quarterback, a third string quarterback that is now Don's starter in a short period of time. He also, of course, this is his first time being an offensive coordinator. But just like I said with Antonio Pierce, he's got a 10-week, 9-game experience with our current quarterback and personnel. He's learning. He's growing. But with that being said, I have to give Bo his credit in regards to circumstance. Bo Hardegree didn't have an offseason to implement his playbook. He's doing all of this on the fly. Can our offense be better? Yes. But could our offense been worse? Absolutely. And there's certain things in our offense since Bo Hardegree has been in charge that we didn't see that were positives for our offense. And that's a reason why I want to see Bo Hardegree at offensive coordinator. I want to see Bo not only knowing this personnel going into next season, have an off season to implement his playbook. A quarterback's coach that knows our quarterback. Implement an offense that works for all the parties involved. I think Bo Hardegree is the guy for the offense. He's going to learn. He's going to grow. He's getting better as we speak. And I think, like I said, give Bo an offseason to get this playbook. Get his playbook. A playbook that not only we've seen it in press conferences that Bo's not afraid to talk to players and ask them what they like and what they see and then call those calls. Hey, top player, what do you like? Okay, let's work on that. Hey, wide receiver, running back, what do you like? All right. Let's work on that. Aiden, our starter quarterback. I know, I've been working with you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you can do. I know what you can't do. So I'm gonna drop these plays that I know that you can do. And I know this is your strong suit. I got these plays for you. And this is gonna work with what DA likes and what Jacoby likes. And I know you got a rapport with Mayer. So let's draw this up. We need to get this first down. I got something for you and your favorite target, the tight end. That's what Bo's going to bring to the table. And Bo's going to stick to offense. I hate to say it like that, but that's where it's at. I've said it all today. GM, Champ Kelly, he's going to be GM. Head coach, he's going to be a head coach. Defensive coordinator, he's going to take care of the defense. Bo Hardegrade offense is going to handle the offense. I really want us to stick to a system. And I think having consistency and actually giving these guys a chance, as I go to my final thoughts, and I'll get into, later on what the chat is talking about, because I see you guys got it flowing in there. But my final thoughts is I think we need to establish a consistency and a system where GM's GM and he does GM things. Head coach works under the GM. Defense does defense and offense does offense. And if we can get that set, I think our team will be better. And with Antonio Pierce at head coach, we know the intensity is going to be there. We know that this team is going to fight for Antonio Pierce. We've seen it. We've seen it thus far. And I don't think that's going to change. If these players in the locker room didn't like Antonio Pierce, I think we would have seen what we saw with McDaniels. And we haven't. Some of you guys probably thought that I was going to bring up some other names and some other things, and I told you guys why. I'm not with those. I think we got who we need. And if it's going to take 9 weeks for them to get everything that the learning lessons that they need to get so that we're ready for next year, let's get it. Because what I'm trying to avoid is this. A rebuild versus a retool. If you start bringing in other GMs, if you start bringing in another head coach, and again, that goes with the offensive coordinator and the whole defensive coordinator, you're going into a rebuild. And how long is that rebuild going to take? How long have we been rebuilding? Versus a retool where you get a couple of pieces here, We got some money. We got some money in free agency that we can spend. So we can get some pieces there. We're a couple of pieces away, y'all. A couple of right pieces away. And the only reason why we're a couple of pieces away is if we retool. Which means you draft well. You know, you get your groceries in the draft, and then you get the right free agents in here. That's a retool. But if you start messing with the GM, if you start messing with the head coach, definitely, then we're going back in a rebuild. And if you ask me my thought, I'm for the retool. Hence, the reason why I set the names above. I'm going to say it again for those that just came in. At GM, Champ Kelly. Head coach, Antonio Pierce. Defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. And offensive coordinator, Bo Hardegree. I'm ready to ride with those guys. I believe, like I said, I believe that the guys that you guys may feel are lacking, they won't be. Give them an off season to get that together, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because I know Bo Hardegree, for some, are like, no, we need to get okay. No. Give him an off season to get things together. And I think he will. Also, some people want to talk about contracts. My thoughts on contracts is give everybody a short contract. Give everybody a short contract. Maybe add some incentives. You know, if they hit a certain mark, they can either get some additional money or some additional years. Okay. I don't want to see any 10-year contracts. Keep it short. If Bo can't get, the offense going next year, get him out of here. I think this offense can get fixed in a year. Playbook wise. Give them all short contracts. Again, with incentives. But I think we got what we need. I really do feel like we got what we need. We really do. got what we need. You guys, these are my thoughts. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Also, click the like button. Why? Because I like you. And quit playing with yourself. Subscribe. Also, remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders. All right, hey, you guys, I'm about to look at this chat. I know y'all been flowing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. There's a whole lot of comments in here. I just had to get that off. And I'm going to see what you guys is talking about. Scroll back up. Actually, you know what? I got to do this. It don't change. It don't change around here. Y'all know what the get is. Raider roll call. You know what time it is. It's Raider roll call. You know what time it is. It's Raider roll call. My name is Twuan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I give a shout out to everybody out there in the chat. I want to give y'all some positivity, some blessings. You know what I'm saying? Salute y'all. Ask y'all what's good. And I know I've been talking for a good minute. I didn't want to ignore you guys, but I wanted to get that off, and you guys will understand why I did it the way that I did it later on. There is a method to my madness. We are not done with the live. So, you know what I'm saying? Definitely you want to stay on and listen, okay? Because I'm going to get into your guys' conversation. But I want to salute the chat. And I'm going all the way to the Tizap. And let's see who the first person is in. Rob Pena, good to see you. Blessings to you. Hope all is well. Wild Turkey, hope all is well. You guys, if you guys are interested in a Laker channel, if you guys are Laker fans, you definitely want to check out my brother Lakers in 5. Great channel. Go ahead and check him out on YouTube. Cool Kev, $2. $2. And I'm just shouting out names. You guys, I'm going to shout out names and then I'm going to go back through and see what y'all got. D Menace, my first mod in the building. My first mod checking in. Blessings to you on today. SoCal, good to see you. Hope all is well. You guys have not subscribed, join the congregation. Francisco, good to see you. Hope all is well. Blessings to you. You guys got it going in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool Kev is here. Cool Kev, you better not be saying nothing dry. Afakasi. I gotta click on it. Oh, there you go. Afakasi, blessings to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Black and grayed out. Hope all is well. Blessings to you. Salute, my good guy. Gravy is in the building. You guys, hey, y'all want some good beard products? Definitely check out Gravy's Top Shelf Oils, okay? That's my guy. Got much love for my man Gravy. Go ahead and check him out. Gravy's Top Shelf Oils, okay? Raphael, good to see you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Clark is in the building. Good to see you. Had a great time with you on live the other day. War Productions is in the building. Shout out to you. Blessings to you on today. Milka Beezy. Hey, Milka Beezy. I like Milka Beezy, but I used to like the Milka Beezy like cereal. That was the name. Hey, but shout out to you, man. Blessings to you on today. Greg Atkins, good to see you. Hope all is well. Thank you all for tapping in. Make sure you guys tap that like button because I like you. Tap that like button. You guys got it flowing in here. Okay. Also, you guys know I got to pay the bills. If you guys are interested in being here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. Please consider being an organ donor. It means a whole lot to me. So definitely, you guys go ahead and if you guys want that information, it's always in the description of my videos. And then also, if you are live, all you have to do is put exclamation point DON in the chat. That's right, DON in the chat. And then you guys will be able to get that link. Also, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on the IG at Twuan. Right there. Right there. Also, if you are live, you can always put exclamation point pray, exclamation point PRAY in the chat. That'll give you the link to my IG. Then from there, you can go to my DM and send me your prayer request. Again, your business is between me, you, and the Lord. I'm not going to put your business out there in the streets, so you don't got to worry about that. I'm not one for drama, so you don't have to worry about that. Just hit me up on IG. Let me know, hey, I need prayer for da-da-da-da-da. Then I will be praying for you because I actually do care for you guys. And again, I am the chaplain of the NWA. Also, I consider myself to be the chaplain of the nation. So anybody, that is in the need of prayer, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you as much as best as I can and as much as I can. So hit me up on IG. Shout out. Let me get. I've been bumping the gums and bumping the brown crackers, and I gotta give y'all. Look, I got much love for y'all today, and everything. This brown cracker is for the congregation. Shout out to the congregation. Let me pull up your little, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the congregation. I love the congregation. Hey, and you know why? You know why I love the congregation? Let me tell you why. Because the congregation is the best chat that YouTube has to offer. And with that being said, if you want to join the best chat that YouTube has to offer, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and say something in the comments. And now you will be officially a part of the congregation. So, hey, I'm going to go through the chat and I'm going to see what you guys got. Again, I shared my thoughts on who I feel should take those jobs, and I know some people are going to agree with me, some people are going to disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine as long as it's respectful. But that's who I feel is worthy of the job for the reasons I explained. So I'm gonna go back up and see what you guys got. Looking at the chat here. Yeah, congregation, you already know. Shout out to the congregation. You know, I thank you guys for allowing for me to speak my Raider gospel, and I'll explain that even more, you guys, in a video. Stay tuned for that, so I can explain what Raider gospel is and what that means. Francisco said Ben Johnson. Okay. So you guys getting the donors? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see everybody saluting each other. I like that. I really do. I like how y'all get it in and active. With that being said, he doesn't know how to adjust. I wish he would have told me who that was. Black and grayed out. I think I don't know who you're talking about, because I don't want to say like an overall. Black and grayed out. If you're still in the chat, please let me know who you were saying specifically does not know how to adjust. You know what what war production is he said we need coaches that make halftime and game adjustments and beat playoff quality teams. Yeah, I'm with that, and I agree with that. The thing is, we were behind the ball. You have, we have an offensive coordinator that less than half of the season he's having to create his own playbook versus going against defenses that have at least been together for a year. You know, it's a tough billing, and I think with the guys in place, I think especially with when it comes to Bo, I think those adjustments will happen. Because I defensively, I think we've been all right. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's certain personnel that we can upgrade and et cetera, et cetera. But I think a lot of it is there's only so much in that playbook that Bo has currently, and I'm glad he said what he said today in his press conference. If you guys watched that, he talked about how of course there's a lot of things I can draw up, but I also have to respect the load that I put on these players in the middle of the season. That's why, in preseason and in the off season, they give them the whole book because they have time to digest that and break that down. When the bullets really start flying and they're going week to week to week to week, there's really not much they can really put in, install. And I think those adjustments will take place when the book kind of gets, when it becomes a full book. If you catch what I'm saying. What makes you think Abe qualify for the position he has? He hasn't ever coached in NFL outside of linebacker coach. Uh-huh. Never been DC OC. And I if you go back, you'll hear exactly why I feel Antonio Pierce is the man for the job. The team is already like 10 to 15 players off being a playoff team if you include depth. Yep. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm trying to go through what you guys got. Cool Cat said no Lakers, please. Hey, much love, man. Much love.
Hey, boo.
Hey. Hey, boo. Gore, good to see you. Hope all is well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who do we draft? You know, I like I said, I really hope we invest in the trenches. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing any mock drafts right now. We still in the season. And I don't think all is lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving up on our guys either. I know I was joking around, you know, and telling you guys, you know, I'm about to do some mock drafts, but I'm not doing any mock drafts right now. You know, I you know, for those that are doing mock drafts right now, hey, look, that's your channel. But I'm not doing any mock drafts. For multiple reasons. I'll say this. One of the reasons is because the season ain't over. And here's some Raider gospel. The season ain't over. Also, I'm not doing any mock drafts right now because we don't even know who our head coach is officially or GM. So I'm and a lot of the drafting situation, it comes off of tendencies of whoever is calling the shots. Example, McDaniels doesn't care for mobile quarterbacks. So I'm not going to say, oh, we need to go get a mobile quarterback if our head coach ain't one that goes for a mobile quarterback. That it just doesn't. That's why it's important to have your GM and your head coach, because then you can kind of gauge from there. Oh, they like certain things. There's certain things that you know, like they say, you know, you like what you like, and no matter where that coach is, no matter where that GM is, there's going to be certain things that he's going to like, no matter where he is, no matter what the jersey, whatever job it is, he's going to like what he likes. And until we establish who it is, you know, it's kind of a jab in the wind. So until we do that, or we get closer to that time of the year, um, yeah, I won't be doing. Now if I'm on a panel with somebody else and they decide on their channel to do mock draft, then obviously I have no choice but to, you know, stab in the wind like they are. But over here, I'm not going to um, do mock drafts for those two main reasons. The season ain't over, and we don't know who our GM is going to be. So for me, I try not to waste your guys' time with just random random whatevers. So if you want that, obviously there's other channels that'll give you that, but I just don't. I just rather not. And not, like I said, not, I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want nobody to think I'm disrespecting them or taking a jab at their channel. I'm just saying that's just how I'm moving. J Doc, good to see you. Hope all is well. All eyes on G. I don't know if I shout you out, dog. I'm sorry. My mod, blessings to you. Yeah, way too many factors to go into, to who we draft, and that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, you know, I I I could tell you players that, I could tell you players I like. Um, I like their game, but is that going to work with what our coaching staff and GMs are looking at? You know, example, I like Jack Jones coming out of the draft, and I'm glad we were able to get him. Because I thought he fit kind of what we were doing here, um, and I just liked his fluidity in the combine, and I'm glad that we were able to get him eventually. Um, but I just don't I don't. Yeah, they don't. They they they're good to look at when it comes to just getting familiar with certain names and personnel, especially if you're looking, like I said, I don't just look at the Raiders. I look at, you know, um I look at NFL as a whole. So when you start seeing players go to certain places, like, the Chiefs have Leo Chanel over there. Another guy that I, kind of liked at linebacker. Like I said, the Jack Jones, you know, those guys. It's kind of, good to see where they go, where they land, how they end up doing, and the situations that they face, even in their rookie contract. Yeah, yeah. He said I had a mock chicken sandwich. You know that grass lunch, that impossible chicken. Hey, Gore, you had that impossible chicken. That is funny. You guys, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys have clicked the like button. You know what I'm saying? If you have not joined the congregation by subscribing, clicking the like button, and clicking the like button and saying something in the comments. What Kev say? Hey, I ain't gonna put that on the screen. What you funny? Well, I actually am. Let me not do Cookout like that. You said mock drafts is like going to Figueroa. don't know talent is good. Wow, Cookout, you crazy though. You are crazy. So what I plan to do, is I did the live, but I actually am going to go back in and I'm going to drop a video. It's going to be a long video, but it's going to be a video of what I talked about on who I want at GM, head coach, offense coordinator, defense coordinator. It'll just be a video just on that. I did the live for you guys today, but I'm gonna drop that video probably later on, probably tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. No, probably today. Some movie now. But you guys, hey, look, you guys are still getting it in. Yeah, but back to Clark's thing. Who do I draft? If we, and that goes to my thought earlier, and I'll pull it up because I have it on here so you guys can have a visual. We're in a position where we can get a few pieces and we're good, or we go to a rebuild and it's just like we got to get anything and everybody, and that also goes in the decision of who we draft, right? Defensively, like tell me, chat, and let's you guys don't have to give me names, but give me positions. Give me positions on defense that in a retool, because we know in a rebuild you got to look. You getting people out of here. You pretty much you getting anything and everything, and that's what makes the drafting even more crazier, right? In a sense, because you really won't know who we get and what we get, right? But defensively, what positions do you think we need to attack? You know what you guys got. Some of you, oh, I see you guys getting it in. Cool. J Dog got something. Where I gotta go up. Okay. DT, corner, safety, linebacker depth. Um, I don't know. Now, I don't know if we and I hate to say this. Well, not hate to say it, but do we need linebackers now? Because we got Spillane's under contract. We got Diablo. Bernie's there. Hopefully he takes another step. And that's the other thing. It's like, we drafted Bernie. We want Bernie to take another step. But if we bring in another defense coordinator, then that defense, he's gonna be like a rookie all over again. So we're taking a step backwards in that. And at safety, do we need another? Well, yeah, we do need to get another safety because we lost Teamer. But we have Chris Smith. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it. And if honestly, if you did this in order, I'm with it. I feel like we need a real good defensive tackle to help out Max Crosby on that D line. And then we definitely need a corner. That's the reason why we, had to deal with Peters. And we seen how that went. I would say he was all right in coverage, but his willingness to tackle was non-existent, to say the least. Then okay, I'll take that. If you're taking it as like top one, 1, 2, 3, I'll take that in that order. I will. But I agree with you. I think those are the spots that we can shore up and address in a retool. Is a mobile, speedy, shifty quarterback better for us right now versus a DT? No. Because to be honest with you, like I feel, and this is just my, again, this is my thought. I feel like if we had a mobile, shifty, quarterback, that creates even more problems for our offensive line. Because think about it. If I have the quarterback behind me and he's a mobile, shifty guy, I don't know what he's doing and I don't know where he's at. Whereas if I know my quarterback, he's going to stay in the pocket, I know I got to keep my D lineman right here because I know my quarterback is right there. You run into a lot of troubles when you have a shifty quarterback like that. And the offensive line is not up to a shifty running. I mean, not running back. A shifty quarterback actually has to have a better offensive line than, because people and people always think, oh yeah, if he's shifty, quarterback, he's gonna make up for a bad offensive line. It's a dangerous slope to be on. But I would take the defensive tackle. Clark said interior on both sides. Yep. We and I said it. I said it the other day. I think the reason why that's even more glaring to us is because of the way that our offensive line as a whole has been playing. Because if our offensive line was able to hold up and be the solid offensive line, I don't think we would be going. We wouldn't be looking at Aiden O'Connell as that. We would just be questioning if he could deliver the ball. Milky B said every position. Every position. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, I said DT corner, linebacker, safety depth. Okay. Gore said D tackle. I was going to talk about offense. Go ahead and let me know. You guys said defense, but let me know what you guys got on offense. What we need on offense. I think it good. I think I kind of already know what you guys are going to say, but hey, I'm gonna let y'all let me know what we need to get on the offensive side of the ball. Nightbot is in here. Clark, to answer your question, I say yes. But it all evolves around you know, and we start talking about dollar amount, et cetera, et cetera. If we have Antonio Pierce here, Jacobs is going to be a Raider. More long term. There's going to be more commitment to Josh Jacobs. Any other coach is going to be hesitant on it, and because they're going to be hesitant on it, they're going to probably most likely try to franchise tag him again. J Dog, we need solid number 2 running back who can catch and run. I think we have that, but we don't use him enough. And I don't know if that's on I don't know where that is. I believe in Abdullah. Um, even though I'm always a component for cheap labor, so we definitely need a number two running back that can traditionally um kind of run it, I'm saying, to help out Josh Jacobs, because we are lacking in that. I think Zeus is not that for us. Um, and I think he's shown enough. As much as I've been, kind of positive on Zeus, I don't think he's definitely that guy. Offensively, I think we got to go with. Um, of course, we need quarterbacks because um, Hoyer and Jimmy G need to be on the next spirit flight, to wherever they want to go. Um, and then you have everybody on the offensive line, starting from Andre James to the right side. Just to be honest with you, I think the only person that's worth saving over there is maybe Thayer for depth, and then we got Wagner hanging in the wings. He can be competition, but everything else needs to be rebuilt over there, on the offense side of the ball. So quarterback, um, your O line, and I think, and obviously a number two running back. If we get that on the offensive side, I think we are good. The positives of that is, and this is what I've been saying, is you draft your quarterback, um, you draft your quarterback, you can pay for your line. Maybe. Well, I mean, you can also draft your line too, but um, to speed up that process, you can pay for your line, and then um, we can get a running back late round. It doesn't have to be a number, a top one running back, round running back. There's always good running backs. There's a lot of undrafted running backs that actually are good. Now that goes into Champ Kelly and his staff, if they are the guys to identify, uh, you know, what they call those hidden gems. That's another point of trying to keep things consistent. Is I really don't. I think we have some good pieces here, and I really don't want to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, especially like Da and um, Josh Jacobs and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's never. Offensive linemen are never the glamorous pick, but they are definitely needed. Um, I just feel like and I've said it. I've been on record saying it. I think we can pay for our line. We have enough money to do that. Then when you pay for a line, um, you ain't got to worry about rookies being rookies. You have vets that know what they're doing. They've been in the league enough. They, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting the right people, right? We're just factoring that we're paying the right free agents to come in. So if you're paying a really good center to call out, hey, shift the line, you know what I'm saying? That helps our quarterback, right? You know, and I go back to the years of Rodney Hudson under center, and Gabe Jackson was the only guy drafted on that line. When you have a line like that, you ain't got to worry about much. Of course, you know, when I say not worry about much, obviously there's always going to be worries, but you don't have to really worry. There's going to be more stability there than to have just picture us drafting a center, a right guard, and a right tackle. Then you got 3 rookies all on the right side. You know what I'm saying? Potentially to protecting our quarterback. That ain't that it's possible, but I wouldn't put much money on it consistently. You said Zeus is visually impaired. Hey, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But we definitely need to look to help JJ. Yeah, definitely. Look, we're coming up on 2 hours. I thank you guys for coming in. I thank you guys for getting active. You guys, shout out to the congregation. If you guys have not joined the congregation by subscribing, clicking the like button, and commenting in the chat. That's all you got to do. And you guys, I always give you guys a good word. My good word today is make today a productive day. Make today, and I forgot to give you guys the graphic. Good word, positive phrase, something. Today, make today a productive day. Get off your butt and do something for you today that is going to make you better for the future. Do something for you today that is going to make you better for the future. Okay? You guys, hey, I thank you guys for coming in. It really means a lot to me. I thank you guys for watching. If you guys can, please like this video, go like another video. You know what I'm saying? Help this channel grow, and share it if you guys can, to your various platforms and avenues. I'm here to spit and say my Raider gospel, and I thank you guys for allowing for me to do so. Raider Nation Jason, good to see you. If you guys haven't, if you get a chance, go back and watch, my thoughts on who, what, and how, and why. And also stay tuned for the next video. Because I will be dropping the video that's shorter than this live in regards to those things. Also, you guys remember on Thursday, if I can find it. There we go. 2 for 1 Nation podcast on Thursday. I believe it's 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Will be live Thursday. Definitely with me and Eric from the SC Experience. He is going to be dropping a newer name. So I'm going to have to change these graphics, but it's okay. It is all right. The 2 for 1 Nation podcast ain't going anywhere. We will be here on the Raider Twuan channel live. So definitely you do not want to miss that. We will be talking Raiders news, Raiders football, and the upcoming game. So definitely you do not want to miss that Thursday here at Raider Twuan. Also, be an organ donor. Do that. Always in the link of my description. Prayer. If you need prayer, hit me up on IG. What else am I missing? Content creators, hit me up on IG if you need me to pull up to your show, and I will make an effort if I can. You guys, I will say this, and I really do mean this. I thank you for everybody that's came in and watched and viewed and all of that. It means a whole lot to me. Remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders.
What up, low?
to Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis, who declared that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.